Point number 4 on how to look young, how to stay young looking, how to look younger than your age. That's what it's all about. Okay, so I'll have a glass of wine. This is good. Yes, this is good for
polyphenols.
Red wine. Apparently, it's meant to be quite good for you, especially if you want to look young looking. So, point number 4. If we can find somewhere to balance this. Assistant. Thank you. Good. Just can't get good help these days. Right, point number 4 for how to look young looking. Please don't interrupt.
You will cut it.
Guys, I've got to say a big thank you to all the people, millions of people out there, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, I don't know, it's hundreds of thousands, not millions, but millions of views and hundreds of thousands of comments of people who have interacted with one of my last videos, a shorts video. Lots of really good comments from you on both the long videos and the short videos actually, so really, really big thank you for that. But now I'm going to get straight to the point and talk about my fourth tip for how to stay young looking. Well, I'm going to talk about the things that I've done over the last 30 years. So many people have asked me, how do you look so young looking for your age? Well, I'm telling all the secrets now, I'm telling you what I know, and I'm going to be doing research. I'm doing research at the moment. It's a really fascinating topic, and I think it's really good for us because as we age, we can have a better quality of life, yes? We can maybe have a pain-free even, for want of a better word, death. Yes, we're all dying every single second that goes by. We are ticking away, we are dying slowly, but we can slow down that process. We can have a better quality of life towards the end, yes? Okay, so what's my fourth tip? Fourth tip for how to stay young looking, how to look younger than your age is to eat simply. What does it mean? What does eating simply mean? It means keeping things, well, simple. I tend to stay away from foods that are in jars, in packets, in tins, cans, that kind of thing, boxes, anything which is processed in order to extend its life so it can sit on a supermarket shelf. These kind of things with lots of added sugar, added preservatives, these kind of things I stay away from. On top of that, I tend to eat maybe once or twice a day, and I do tend to eat my first meal, my breakfast starts at 2 p.m. every day. I don't eat until 2 p.m. Now that is out of habit, a long time habit I grew up really poor, come from a very poor family, and we weren't accustomed to eating when we wanted and whatever we wanted. No, not at all. So my biggest memory actually of being a child is never ever getting enough to eat. So I'm in the habit from a very early age, I've been in the habit of eating less. So I'm not really depriving myself of anything, I just have that fasting period. Fasting apparently is a really good way to help you to repair the body, to break it down and help it to regenerate, as it were. A lot more on that topic in a separate, completely different video, but it's a very fascinating thing that I didn't realize I was doing. So is this part of the solution to staying young looking? I think it is, but it's always a combination of things, all different types of things all added together. It's not just one thing. So this is my tip number 4, eating simply. Things like potatoes, rice, pasta, not with much on it, not doused in sauces from cans from supermarket shelves, just boiled with herbs and natural olive oil and things like that. Lots of herbs I tend to cook with. It can make things taste really good, but it's plain food, quite simple food, but made nicely, always made at home. I tend to stay away from supermarkets. I tend to stay away from restaurants. So I know what's in my food. Very simple ingredients, yes? I eat a lot of bread. A lot of people say bread is not good for you, but I eat a lot of bread. Some vegetables, if I can have time to make them. Meat, I tended to eat a lot of meat before I was 50, before I came to Slovakia actually, because my new partner, not new, we've been together now for almost 7 years, and she doesn't eat a lot of meat, so meat is only something I tend to eat now at the weekends, because I cook it at the weekends, and I stay away from processed foods. Yes, so that's it. That's my tip. Eat simply. If you can, do some fasting. Don't eat until you're full, and give your stomach time to rest, as it were, and start breaking down your body. Allow it to break down in order to rebuild itself in a better way, in a more functional way, refreshed way, revitalized way, renewed way. Yes, these things, I think, when they're all added together, all these things I'm talking about, these tips, when added together, can help you to slow down the aging process. This is what I believe. Remember, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a skincare expert. I can only tell you what I've been doing for the past 30 years. Yes, you might get some inspiration from this, and it's good for me to document and talk about what I do, because later on, when I'm 80 or something, then I can look back on these times when I've been talking about this stuff to see how I've helped myself over the age of 50. And also another thing I should mention is that since turning 50 and since COVID, I stopped doing so much exercise. I started to become more drained, and I said nostalgic once in one of my previous videos, and someone commented and said the word is not nostalgic, it's lethargic. I may have got that wrong as well now, but yeah, thanks for that. It was a great comment. So yeah, and I started to feel a lot more drained after COVID. So I felt as if I needed something extra for my body. So I just used my intuition, how I felt, and I went out and sought some kind of supplement. What I found was not a supplement, but something which I can use to balance my diet better, to get more fruits and vegetables. This is a whole food nutrition. So it's something which is not so processed. It's just the best of the fruits and the vegetables, frozen, dried into a capsule, put into a bottle for us to consume. This is what I went for. And ever since using that product, I felt really good, a new lease of life. So I'm back running again now, and I'm able to do more things with my daughter, not sleep so much, not feel so sleepy, but I am getting a lot more sleep now because I'm focusing in on doing things better since turning 50. So that's one of the things I've added to my armory to beat the aging process, to slow it down. Yes. So I can only tell you what I'm doing. I can only be transparent about it, and you guys can judge. You guys can make your own decision on what things that you do. Your body often tells you what you should do. So try to find a way to be more intuitive, to listen to your body, and it will tell you what it needs. Yes. So anyway, that's my tip. Eat simply. Yes. Fasting. If you're approaching 50 or if you're in your 40s, start finding a way to, and if you're busy, especially if you're a busy professional, if you're successful, you tend to skip on meals. You tend to take shortcuts, cut corners. That's what did a lot of that before I turned 50. And I felt as if I was starting to pay for it when I started turning 50. So find something like this. I'm going to put all this stuff that I do in my description, in the link in the description, so you can go and have a look and judge for yourself, make up your own mind. Yes, get some inspiration. I can only tell you what I do. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a skincare expert, but I have this young look. Something which is actually quite interesting to my brother and sister. They are actually younger than I am, but still they look older than I do. Yeah. So what have they been doing? What have I been doing that's different to them?